All right, guys, so I have the DJI Osmo Action 6 firmware version 1.02.05.21. You can see the camera firmware version below. I don't know if that's relevant or not, but I wanted to show you guys this. As you can see, we're in a really low light situation, and my aperture is set to variable, but it is choosing f2.8. The reason that that is occurring is because I've got the shutter speed set to 1/100 to 1/8000. If I change that shutter speed, you can see that the exposure goes up significantly. Didn't change anything else, and the aperture now is at f2. Let me show you that one more time, because if we go backwards and we just change the shutter speed range to be 1/100 to 1/8000, everything else is the same. You can see that the aperture is choosing an f2.8, which it shouldn't. If you have a higher shutter speed, this is going to allow less light, so the aperture, the variable aperture, should be set higher. Let me show you that again, just to make sure that the variable aperture is set f2 to f4. So it should be choosing the lowest aperture setting, but it's not. Even when I completely take off all of the light, it's still at f2.8. Let's go back one more time, just for grins. Didn't change anything, and that variable aperture now chooses the f2, which is what it's supposed to do. But I'd like to be able to set my shutter speed to 1/100 or even 1/200 so that I can reduce the amount of motion blur, which helps with stabilization in low light, especially when it comes to jitters. Hopefully, DJI, you can take care of this issue in the next firmware update.